All right. What's good? We live. My God, the stuff that's come out today. Jeez. I'm gonna have to wait for people to get in just so they know. Fanon has uploaded. Man, the trolls are in hot. Not as much as the other 2 days though. Not as much. A double event: Fury versus Wild, Joshua versus Pulev. Whoa, I like that one. That's from the Boxing Voice. That's a good one. Whoever thought of that is, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. That one. I like that though. It's a good one. What makes these guys think Wilder's better than Pulev? Pulev has a better resume. Lies. That is a lie, my friend. That's a lie. But we get the occasional window shoppers in this freaking stream, which is quite annoying, to be honest. Yeah. Let me see. Who else is live right now? Not many. Not many. One play. A lot of people are live, but not boxing related, just more so Fortnite and all that good stuff. Oh man. Not a whole lot in the news though. Oh, that when Marco Huck pushed Usyk. Usyk looks at you crazy. Oh, Jesus. Marco Huck looks like freaking Manuel Char. Oh man. Let's see if I can get some screen sharing up here. Let's see if this can work. Let's see if this works. Man, whatever that contraption is, I want that. Freaking kidding me? These videos pause. That is whack. Alright. Well, I thought that would work, but it didn't. But it doesn't matter. What else we got? Man, where are these trolls at? I'm gonna freaking edit the title. Where are the trolls at? Oh my god, I can't even change the freaking title. We got 2 here. Just looking back at Wilder's old fights. Washington, when was this? 2015. WBC ratings, 2015. Chad Mullen, here he is. You finally showed your face. You finally showed your face. You called yourself a troll, man. You gotta up those expectations, Chad. I forgot what video you commented on. Hey, man. Good to see ya. Good you're here. Whatever nonsense you want to talk, I'm gonna refute. Big time. I'm not gonna block you. Lol, okay, not a troll. It's whatever, man. Whatever it is. Whatever it is. Let me tell you. All right. While I do my research, I will wait for others. People I had in yesterday. Alrighty. WBC ratings. I'm gonna screen share very soon. I destroyed you big in the comments all the time. No way. How? In what? I don't see. I remember you, but I don't remember the comments. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Let me see. Your ratings 2015 September. I don't remember the comments. I'm guessing they were Wilder related. Yeah. Definitely. Oh man. I can't find this document. Where the flaming heck is it? I gotta look this shit up. October. Still waiting for others. Don't worry about it. You're not the only one, Chad. You ain't the only one. October in Spanish. Octubre. Who else do you troll, Chad? Huh? Who else you try it, man? I freaking forgot how to spell this. Oh my god. Octubre. Sounds French to me. Alrighty. You can't handle the facts, you're delusional. Then speak. 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 Let's debate. Let's see what you want to debate. Put it in, man. Put it in. You got to put it in, my friend. I'm patiently waiting. You ain't the only one, Chad, man. There's worse than you. Trust me. There are far worse than you. Yes, I found it. Alrighty. Here we go. Let me just look up this person's record, Mr. Washington. I'm waiting, Chad. If this was BFTB, you'd be kicked out already. But I'm cool, man. I'm not sensitive like that. But he's not really sensitive, but yeah, whatever. What have we got? Man, Washington, if he loses his next few fights, guy's a journeyman. Not a good look at all. He fought Jerome Miller way after. Then he fought No Fire. Then he lost to Kalnaki. Then he went to Alenius. Man. Oh, I guess Chad's preparing a big comment here. He wants to speak facts. By all means, speak facts. Just make sure you come with actual facts. Make sure you bring it. All right. Here we go. October. Let me see this. Gerald Washington was all the way down. Where was Amir? Damn, Amir wasn't even in the rankings. Jesus. Where the frickin' heck was he? He was out? There's no way he was out. Amir Mansour, where are you? Well, I guess he wasn't in the rankings at the time. There you have it. Well, there's no point in looking at that. Man, I'm still waiting, Chad. If I can't, what facts are you talking about? The facts. Please state the facts. I'm gonna get him out of here. It's my mouse. Excuse me for the noise. Yeah, Chad has still not given any facts. I'm still waiting. I'm gonna try to screen share something again. See if this works. Whoever did this video and got this content, put this in the best quality for the fans. Hopefully this actually loads. On my end, it at least looks freaking quality. No. He's fought, how many times has he fought in Alabama since winning a world title? He fought Molina Duhaupas. He fought Arreola and Washington there. It's something else, let me tell you. I'll just stop screen sharing this for a minute, see if anyone else is in the house. Utah in the house. Salute. Mark 112 to the table. We've only got one viewing. I'm gonna leave this on the screen so you guys can see. Why not have this? Merge contacts. What is this? Nah, come on. I got some missing freaking contacts. That is mad. Maybe I should put this on.
You're a pretty soft-spoken guy, and even Deontay said he really respects your sportsmanship. But you've said that you want to start getting nasty and put that aside and start ripping people's heads off. So what does that mean for Deontay tonight?
I'm always going to carry myself like a
Hopefully YouTube don't take the freaking stream down or the video.
I'm always a respectful guy. And not just in the ring. And just ready to lay it all out.
You've said you're going to knock
Lay it all out.
Like I said, I'm going to go. I'm going to work round by round.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Oh, they look a bit bigger here in this fight. He's getting booed. People say this was a bad opponent. It was the only guy available. Can't force it. I thought no one knew Wilder. I thought no one knew him. Boom! Two big men there. I don't know if you guys can do this, by the way.
After breaking his hand and tearing a tendon in his bicep, as Washington with a nice jab opens things up, was able to still keep Chris Arreola at bay with a good stiff jab.
Oh, good jab to the chest. Yeah, Washington, he wasn't scared. Oh, man. Good scramble there. I'm still waiting for more people. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, man. Jab to the body. I like the Everlast gloves. As far as winning, I'm not. Mark, what if I Whew, we went out for a bit there. Mark, is the visual, the YouTube video, does it play like clean through, or does it like glitch or like pause? Is it slow? I'm not talking about the audio. I'm just talking about the visual. I'm talking about the visual. Mom's killing today. Trying to get this audio fixed. Chad's still not responded, by the way. He's still not responded. I don't really care at this point. Where's Bruce Wayne at? He's gone a bit quiet. Where's he at? Where is Bruce Wayne at? Oh my god. It was good. All right, I'll keep playing it, man. I'm going to keep playing it. This isn't the full fight, by the way. Yeah, just let me know if you can put one in the chat if you can see it. Just number one. That was a good roll by Wilder. Oh, good right hand. This you got to remember, this was a late replacement opponent. So, that was a good jab by Washington. This was a late replacement opponent, so it's hard to make the adjustments early on. But he did, like in round 5. I think Wilder was a bit heavier this fight. I could be wrong, though. Washington's pretty strong. Whoa, that was nice. Like a right hook and then a left hook at the top. Body shot and then upstairs. This is good from both. Another body shot. So these are highlights pretty much. Oh, another good jab. Washington did a good job, you know. He brought the fight. But again, man, it's hard late notice. Let's look at this. Oh, both landed, but Washington's look stronger. People say Washington physically isn't a hard hitter, but I disagree. Oh, that left hook was there. Damn it. They have all freaking 3 rounds to Washington. They're bugging. They are bugging. Maybe 2, not 3 though. Come on. Oh, good body shot. But see, Washington countered there with Wilder just picked him up. Wilder's strong, man. It's hard when you against a guy like Fury. Try to counter there. Ooh, imagine that landed. It's hard. It's hard with tall guys. I'll have to block that one. Washington did a good job, man. He proved he could at least hang a little bit with the elite. Let me just go back to the chat. Now the fight is not. Oh, it's because I'm not sharing the freaking screen. That's why. Oh my goodness. I'm so dumb. Alright. Maybe this now. This is the last round anyway, so you know. But it doesn't matter. Oh, good jab by Waller. Yeah, this is where he finishes him. He knocks him down, then the ref steps in. Who wants to see me? It's like really annoying. Well, it looks like a bad man there. He got him good. He goes all wild here. This is where it should have been stopped. There. The freaking ref should have- I think it's a bad stoppage. Look, straight after. I think Wilder is better when he's lighter. I think he's just better that way. The champ back in February 2017. Is pausing. Woo, what a knockout. Was it showing then, Mark? Let me try. I should get some people from the UK on here. No, didn't work. We got 3 in the chat. Let's see what else is on. Who heard about this this Pulev and Joshua and Wilder Fury doubleheader? Because that is some. I want to listen to Fanon on this. I don't know where it came from even.
Sit dang near ringside up until the second fight. Dang.
Fanon's got a great channel. A lot is cleared up there. Like a lot.
Second fight, the penultimate.
No. It sounds like a robot probably. Porky's Corner. That's a good channel as well. Where are all these freaking channels that have their debates and everything? I can't even change the damn title of this, which is quite annoying. Who wants to debate about something? Any questions? Put your questions in, by the way, guys. Put your questions in if you got questions. I'll answer them all. Kubrat Pulev vows brutal beating for coward Anthony Joshua. Damn. No chance. While the Fury happens behind closed doors. Just trying to look for any news on the heavyweights. P Boxing, what's up? You want to join the panel, P Boxing? I can if you want. When you play the video, the sound is digital. When the video isn't playing, the sound is perfect. Yeah, that's how it works. RF Boxing TV said Wilder should get down to 215 pounds and box the same way he boxed the first Stiverne fight for the Fury fight. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see some highlights from that fight? I can screen share it. We got some real support in this chat, man. I'm liking it. Oh, they got Canelo versus Shane Mosley live right now. Wilder versus Stiverne 1. I'm going to put it on. I'm not going to put it on BT. I'm going to put it on the legendary boxing highlights. Who watched this fight when it was live? I never did. I wasn't really around for it. I'll share screen it though. Maybe I sound like a robot when I talk. Maybe I sound like one. I don't know. But here, I'll play this. I shouldn't even sound like a robot though. That's ridiculous. This is when the champ became the champ. Look at that jab. Boom. See, you should throw it straight. Oh, here we go. It's pausing. Whoa, that right hook. Whoo, that left hook. Man, Stiverne. He's got those hands. Boom, right hook around the side. Through the middle. Boom. Oh, jeez, Stiverne. You do not want to get hit by him. He kept coming forward. Oh, he hurt him. Man, this should have been called a knockdown. That was a knockdown. Watch. None of these are behind the head either. Look. That wasn't even behind. Yeah, that was a knockdown. Come on, man. He should just box like this, I'm telling you. Just the 1-2. I don't care if Fury slips it. He'll just get him on activity and volume. Just freaking blind him with that lead hand. Oh, man, he got clipped there. Look, see, Fury didn't hit him like that. And Wilder didn't even get hurt there. Man, Fury cheated. Stiverne hits harder than Fury. He hits harder than Fury. Look at him. Oh, man. And that just shows how good Wilder is, man. He's freaking talking to him. Look at Stiverne. Oh, yeah, that's a trip, I think. Oh, man. The crowd loved it there that night. Oh, man. Stiverne, he is one tough cookie. He's still talking to him. Oh, man, you talk too much, though, in the fight. Oh, that left hook was the money shot. And he was smart because he went to the body. Oh, he got him there. Watch, you see that? Oh, that. I snapped his head. That snapped his head, man. Oh, man. This is where he hurts him. Boom. Boom. That was clean. Stiverne did well though. He tucked up, and then he just moved his head to the side. Man, those hooks are not something. That's what he got off balance. Jeez. Let me pause it there and see what people are saying in the chat. Send the link. I don't know how to send the link. I'll figure out a way. This fight is one of Wilder's best performances. 100%. That's why when people say he can't box, that is not true. Okay, that's not true. He's done it several times. He outboxed Fury in the first fight. I can't pull that one up though because they're just going to take the video down because of CBS Sports and Al Heyman. Maybe I'll put the link in the chat. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Settings. Guess. I have no idea, but we'll see. P-Boxing, see if that works. And if you jump in, I should be able to see you. Because BFTV, I've seen how BFTV tries to do it. You just wait. Whereas with Loz D, you just you're in straight away. He just puts you in straight away, right from the start. Because I've never done it before on mine. Pulev said that they offered Joshua like for him to fight in Vegas, and they offered him to fight in Istanbul, New York, even Saudi Arabia, and then they said just London. Of course, I agree to this condition. From day one, neutral venue. I'm way more precise than Joshua and a much smarter boxer. Well, I mean, I don't think that's true. I think he's more experienced than Joshua. You know, I think he's more experienced, but apart from that, I don't see it happening. Yeah, I'm not sure if that link worked or not. I just got it from the bar. A link. Go to settings again. Everyone using Zoom. I guess Zoom's okay. The quality's bad though. I think StreamYard is much better. 100% StreamYard is better. 100%. Yeah, man, the stream. Oh, there he is. I'll get you on in a sec, P. I'll be back. Just wait on me. Alrighty, we're back. I gotta get my audio fixed. All right. Let's see what we got. All right, P.
Yeah, what's good, my brother? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good as well. Your voice is a bit down, like, I can't really hear you that much.
Can't hear me. Let me see. I gotta fix this. Internal mic. Test. I mean, mine's all right. Let's see.
I can hear you, but it's a bit like the voice is a bit down.
Oh, okay. Hold on a sec. Maybe I gotta get closer. I think you're lagging out a bit, P. I think you're lagging out a bit. You in?
Yo, yeah, I can hear you now.
All right. Oh, that's why. Cause yeah, I got freaking that surface under.
Yeah, what's good? Yeah, I can see. I was watching the Wilder fight, yeah, against Bermane Stiverne. Yeah, that fight was good, man. Everybody that's saying Wilder is not a good fighter, he can't box, they're chatting shit because Wilder, for me, he's one of the, the best boxer, out there. He can box. That night against Fury, I believe like he got dragged in it and Fury cheated, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think with the Fury fight, I he didn't look right. I mean, once he took that helmet off, he was just really working his jaw out. And it looked like, I don't know, something wrong with his eyes. He kept rubbing his eyes, like he kept pulling the skin on the side. I don't know. I think he just had a bad night.
Because like when you watch Wilder fight, yeah, like I'll watch Wilder fight over 40 times, and every punch that Fury was hitting it with, like Wilder looked like in trouble, and that's not the Wilder that we know. So something was wrong. Clearly something was wrong. For me, it looked like he got drugged, but people, the haters are gonna say no, Fury's the better boxer, this, that. If he beat him fairly, like yeah, I would give him credit, but for me, like to be honest, like there's a lot wrong in there, to be fair.
Yeah, they want to deny it because they just want like a clean. They just want. I don't know. It's just funny because with Wilder, he's lost, and they're still talking about people are talking about Wilder more than Fury's win. They're talking about Wilder losing more than Fury's win, and you can't say Wilder got exposed because I thought he got exposed in the first Ortiz fight. That's what everyone said. They said he got exposed in the Spilka fight. Like people just can't make their mind up. I mean, it's just crazy. Like if you look at Stiverne, I'll share the screen here. Here, I don't know if you can see Stiverne's record.
Yeah, I can see his record there. He's got 25 wins.
21 KOs. I mean, if you look at the record, right, early on, it's got to be like this early on. Like that's with every fighter. It's got to be like that with every heavyweight, right? Then he lost to this journeyman. And if you look at that fight, it was a bad stoppage. You go up a bit more, you get a draw, and then he fought Mansfield. Now, this guy was like the next up-and-coming prospect. This is like the equivalent of like a Dubois or the next Joe Joyce, right? So this time, Manswell, like this was for all these little belts here at the bottom. Stiverne just put him out in like 2 or 3 rounds. And then he fought Ray Austin. Ray had been around for a long time. And then he fought Chris Arreola twice. And Chris was he was going to fight for a world title again, which he did in the second fight. So he was number 1 in 2013. Then 2014 he was number 2. And then I think ever since the Wilder fight, he just slipped way off. But to beat someone like Stiverne, it's not easy. He had a fantastic amateur career as well. and he's inactive now. I think he's retired. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of speculation about the resume of Wilder, but it doesn't matter really.
The thing is, though,
Because
styles makes fight, and Wilder wanted to fight Dillian White. He wanted to fight AJ. And to be honest, like they didn't want to sign a contract. Look how many chances Dillian White got. Dillian White got so many chances to fight Deontay Wilder. He had so many options to fight him, and then he started saying like, "Oh, I've been ducked for 600 days." Blah, blah, blah. You got the chance to fight Martin. You could have fought Dominic Brazil. Then he chose to fight, Derek Chisora. He could have fought Ortiz. That what I mean? Like he kept like avoiding it and telling the people like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting ducked," and a lot of people felt for it. So Deontay Wilder, he did his best to fight against the best, but even with AJ, like I like AJ, but at the same time, I think Hearn done a good job of protecting Joshua, because Joshua, I live in the UK, so Joshua he's big in the UK. That's their big asset. So for the Hearn, so basically they were protecting him. If you offer somebody like low money, of course they're not gonna fight you, because the thing is that this is prize fighting. If you're gonna underpay somebody, while they got a team, they're gonna be like, no, we want what we deserve, and if we're not gonna get that, fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is my audio right?
Yeah. I can hear you, man.
All right.
Speak on
good.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't like when people throw out like the WBC is corrupt and they're shady. The WBC don't even have a bribery case on them, right? They don't have even a bribery case. Do they do fishy stuff with like Devin Haney and Canelo and the Mexican fighters? Yeah, they do. Do they sometimes make weird decisions with the rankings? Yeah. But the thing is, White's never fought a final eliminator. Okay, he's turned down multiple ones from both the WBC and the IBF. And that's why he's not mandatory, right? Which is a big thing that people like to put out there. And he's not been mandatory for like 600 or 900 days. He's been mandatory for how many months? 6 months.
Right? Yeah, because I think he became mandatory when he fought Oscar Rivas.
Yeah, that's when he officially.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I look at how he got to number one, right? How he became number one, because people assume if you're number one in the WBC, you're like the mandatory. But there's a reason Brazil got his shot first before Dillian, and I'll explain. Because if you look at Brazil, I'm gonna have to get my freaking info out. But if you look at Brazil, he was in the rankings for longer than Dillian. When Dillian joined the rankings, his first number of the ranking was, I think, 21. And I think then he went up to like the top 15. Yeah, I think went to number 15. He beat Chisora, then he fought Malcolm Tan, and then he fought Helenius, right? Now, with Dillian, it's really funny because his selection of opponents has been very questionable. Now, you could say that about Wilder's first, 20-something fights. That's a bit different. If we're talking about like the WBC, it's a bit different because, I mean, you fight Chisora, number 14 in the WBC, then you fight Helenius, who's number 16, then you fight Lucas Brown next. He could have fought guys like Charles Martin or like, Hughie Fury. But Brazil, he fought more, and he fought in the eliminator. He was actually meant to fight Stavern for it. But then Stavern, oh no, it wasn't Stavern. It was Ortiz that was meant to fight Wilder in November 2017. And then because he pulled out, Stavern went to the main event, and then the eliminator was decided by the WBC. And then what happened was they went down the list of the top 10 of who wanted the eliminator, and no one was available or no one wanted it. So they went under the top 10, and the only guy that they could get was Eric Molina. Now, how Dillian couldn't step in, I have no idea. I mean, would Dillian rather fight Hellenius for the silver, or would he rather fight for a mandatory? That's questionable to me. But for what people complain about is, oh, Brazil beat Molina. But for Molina, it was a semi-eliminator. It wasn't a final eliminator. He'd have to win this one and another one to become the mandatory. With this one, Brazil just had to fight once, and he was mandatory. And actually, Brazil waited longer. He waited a year and 3 months. Dillian so far has had to wait for 6 months. So Dillian.
Plus the thing is as well, like with Brazil, there was a storyline between him and Deontay Wilder. You know, there was the beef, like them going back and forward, and they had to settle it. So that was the beef. I mean, with Dillian White, I don't know what his beef is. You know, what's his problem with Deontay Wilder? Deontay Wilder, you know, them two, they don't have no beef. Dillian White is creating some sort of beef to get the attention, and sadly, the British fans, because they hate Deontay Wilder so much, they give him the stick and siding with Dillian White. But in reality, they don't really. If it came between Fury and Dillian White, 100% Dillian White will not have any fans. They're using Dillian White and Anthony Joshua, most of them, to hide their hatred for Deontay Wilder. They hate Deontay Wilder, so they will support anybody.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. That's the thing. There's a lot of fans that jump ship, and I do think a lot of people will go for Fury. Just in the chat, RF Boxing TV says, what do you think of Charles Martin calling out Joshua for a rematch? I think it's a bit silly, but I'm almost proud of Charles Martin for like coming back and making himself look a bit better. And then Parkour Master says he hasn't beaten anyone relevant to secure a match with Joshua. You know what's really funny? You know, Dillian White could have fought Charles Martin instead of Hellenius. You know, he was ranked above Robert Hellenius at that time. You know, who was available at the time? You got Charles Martin, Lucas Brown, Huey. Where's Huey Fury? No, he's not there. But with Dillian, I don't know what the beef is. It came out of nowhere in about 2017, and it said, "I want Wilder next." All of a sudden, but you're right. Brazil at that time much more marketable in the US. People knew him a bit better than Dillian because he's American, and the fight was in New York. What at that time? What's Dillian going to do for Wilder's career? Like what's he gonna do for him?
Thing is though, like he wasn't gonna do nothing for him because Dillian White is not known in America, and yeah, he is known in the UK only because Anthony Joshua knocked him out, and everybody remembers that because before him and Anthony Joshua fought, nobody knew Dillian White. So people can say like, "Oh, I knew Dillian White." This is that. Yeah, you have to be really, really a massive Dillian White fan to know him. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't think I knew him before he fought Joshua, to be honest. I'm going to be honest on that one. Maybe you knew him. You know what I mean?
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't know him.
So, yeah, Dillian White, he's just, I think he's been cloud chasing for so long, yeah, that now everybody is like fighting for his cloud chasing. And everybody's saying like, yeah, he's ducking Deontay Wilder, which he's not. Deontay Wilder, he's obviously the king. He holds that belt. And he's a champion. So there's two champions. Him and I'm talking about before he fought Fury. There was two champions, Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. And Dillian White was just getting in the way, and Eddie Hearn was involved as well. What they were trying to do is say like, okay, you fight Dillian White, and then you can have Anthony Joshua. But Deontay Wilder is saying, look, no, I want to fight the champ. So one of us, one name, one face. You know what I mean? And a lot of people have been saying, nah, why don't he fight Dillian White? So then, like, the plan was basically for Dillian White to fight Deontay Wilder. So then he wins, and then Dillian White against Anthony Joshua. That's what they all wanted. And you know what I mean? But you can say, you can talk on that one.
Oh no, I think you're. I think you're right about that. Look, it's kind of the roadblock. with the negotiations, Eddie played games, and it was put out there that, you know, Shelley Finkel was the one playing games. Shelley Finkel is an old guy, and he doesn't have time to mess about with negotiations. He's done some of the biggest fights in the history of the sport. He's worked with people much more powerful than Eddie, including Al Heyman. He's worked in many places. He managed Vladimir Klitschko. You know, he's part of Mike Tyson and Lennox Lewis fights. Eddie Hearn used IFL TV and Twitter to, you know, convince the public that they didn't want the fight. But I just think that I don't blame White for calling Wilder out. It's what you should do. But you've got to fight eliminators, man. If you don't fight the eliminators, you don't get the shot. Dillian ended up picking someone for the final eliminator. That's why it didn't happen all those times. Ortiz was hard. If you lose to Brazil, your stock drops. With Rivas, he's short, he's beatable, and if you lose to someone that's dangerous. Whereas with Ortiz, if you lose, you go lose to someone that's old, someone that you've talked crap about. But Wilder versus Joshua is what we wanted. Now it's kind of turned Joshua versus Fury. But right now it's a bit of a mess because we're getting Eddie coming out and saying that there's negotiations. There's no negotiations going on. No one has stepped aside in negotiations at all. So really it's Wilder and Fury 3. When it's all going to happen, I don't know. And then it's Joshua versus Pulev. It's a mandatory. I'm sorry, but how many mandatories is Wilder for? He's for Stavern, Brazil. Oh, it was Povetkin, but that was a scam, that. Yeah.
Thing is, though, like Eddie Hearn, obviously, I think Barry Hearn said it previously. He said that, they were like stalling the fight, and you know they want to fight like in 2022. That's what he said previously. I don't know, you know, if I'm correct on that date, but I'm pretty much sure that he did say that. So, you know, all along, you know, they wanted to make the Deontay Wilder fight at 2022, which is about, you know, when they made that plan almost like 5 years ago. So they kind of like, you know, stalling like for Deontay Wilder to get older. And I don't know who's going to win the fight between Anthony Joshua against Deontay Wilder. It's a 50-50 fight. You know, you never know who's going to win it. You know, but they're just stalling and stalling and stalling. And, you know, I'm fed up with it, man.
Yeah. Look, the whole negotiation side's a pain in the butt. I mean, I have a 50-50. I give a slight edge to Wilder based off of two things, and that's his power and that's his defense. But if you guys got comments in the comment section, in the chat, put some questions down if you want me to answer them. We got 4. We'll hopefully get the numbers up as we go through the streams more. I'll get more people on the panel as well. But as we continue, why would Eddie? It's like this, really. Eddie Hearn's got the cash cow, and then you got a dangerous puncher. Eddie Hearn didn't want to risk it, you know, and that's like channels like Counterpunch, Boxing News, and Bruce Fain, and all these other channels. They get it wrong. They lie about it. You know, they look at an article and they don't even read the article, even. You know, and I think really, you know, with the whole unification thing, Wilder tried many times to unify. He couldn't do it with Charles Martin because Charles Martin already got offered something and Charles Martin just took it. But at that time, Wilder was trying to fight Povetkin. But when the idea of unifying with Charles Martin was brought, people said, oh, you know, Wilder would rather drop his belt and get the IBF of Charles Martin than fight his mandatory in Povetkin. Well, one, that wouldn't happen because unification trumps mandatories. 2, they would not strip him if he went to unify because it will be an undisputed fight. It will be in unification. It will be the WBC and it will be the IBF. And then Povetkin will fight the winner because they have the belt. Wilder versus Parker, that one was 50-50, and Parker's team got offered a large amount. Like, their offer was good. And I think Parker did want that fight, but I think Bob Arum was involved, and he actually blocked that fight from happening. As for Wilder versus Klitschko, I'm going to need to speak a really long time on that, but people have the narrative that Wilder avoided that fight. It's very similar to Joshua versus Wilder. Shelley kept the cash cow away, and the cash cow at that time was Klitschko because he was the man. You can speak, man.
Thing is though, like there's so much confusion when it comes to boxing. Like, you know, like I don't think the boxers are ducking. I think it's the promoters. The promoters, they, you know, obviously make the fight. These boxers, they're fighters. They'll fight anybody. And thing is though, but sometimes they're made up to be that they are ducking, but in reality, they're not ducking. It's just the promoters that are not willing to negotiate because this is about money. And if the money isn't right, they ain't gonna make it. Simple as that. They're not gonna make the fight. And unfortunately, yeah, the fighters will always get the blame. Yeah, you know, so and so, you know, he's not willing to fight. But it's just, you know, it's Eddie and, you know, and the rest of them, yeah, they just don't want to make the fight because sometimes they just have to say, you know what, forget it, you know, F this, let's do it. Let's sign this. But you know what? They know, like, because we're so dumb, the fans, that we're willing to, you know, to pay for any fight. So they're just gonna stall it and just milk us, you know, for forever what they can get from us. And that's the way it's gonna be, you know, until we put our foot down and say, no, we're not gonna watch this fight. We're just gonna be streaming it. We're not buying it, man.
Yeah, like I don't know what they're gonna do with the pay-per-views and the streaming and everything. And I don't know what they're gonna do with White versus Povetkin. Man, honestly, with that fight, even if they're gonna put that on pay-per-view, they're gonna make it like £10 or something, because people are not gonna pay £30 or something for White versus Povetkin. You know, White is fighting the recycled fighter. He's fighting a guy that speaks barely any English. The same thing he said about Usyk, the same thing he said about Ortiz. Rivas doesn't speak any English. Povetkin doesn't speak any English. You know, like, I don't get it. But in the chat,
yeah, they're liars. They're liars.
Yeah,
they're liars.
Yeah, I do think though a good example is the UFC. There's a ton of ducking there. Right, there's a lot of avoiding there, and I'm not talking about, you know, Jorge Masvidal, the guy.
I don't really watch UFC, but yeah, I've heard of Masvidal. I think I know a few of them. I know Conor McGregor. I know Khabib. I think I know the that dude that was supposed to fight. Is it Ferguson? Ferguson, Tony Ferguson. Yeah. I know a few of them, yeah. I just know like of them, like, but I don't really watch it too much. But yeah, for now, yeah, if it comes on TV, obviously I'm gonna watch it because I'm desperate to see any fight, man.
Yeah, I will be watching it too. I don't follow it as much as boxing. Boxing is always the number one one to watch for me. But in that, like, you got a lot of guys that they get offers, because UFC fighters don't earn close to what boxers earn. It's not close at all. So they get offers, and the reason fights don't happen is because what happens is either the manager doesn't accept the offer, or the fighter is given the fight by the manager and he doesn't want it. There's a lot of avoiding there. I'll just read the comments here. Do you think Adam Kownacki can bounce back from his loss to Helenius? I think he can, but it's going to be hard. I mean, how can you lose to Helenius? Really?
I think he caught him with a punch that couldn't recover, because I watched that fight and he was too arrogant. Adam Kownacki, he was too arrogant. And of course, Helenius, he's like, what, 6'5"? He's a lot bigger than, Kownacki.
He's 6'7".
6'7", yeah, even taller. So he's a lot bigger than him. You could see the appearance and the way he was going at him. Like, you know, I was thinking, you know, Kownacki needs to be careful, because if Helenius gets one of those punches, you know, the Viking is going to get him out of there. And he did it. And I seen it coming as well. I had a weird feeling that night that Helenius, you know, could win. Like, because this Helenius that was fighting didn't look the same Helenius that fought Dillian White and Klitschko. You know, this was a monster. He looked like one of those Vikings that comes from the movies. Crazy, man. He absolutely knocked him out, man.
Yeah, he came forward and he just threw a bunch of punches, but he's getting clipped on the way in. And I was thinking, okay, I watched it live. I'm like, you got to move your head. If you have your hands up, have them like higher. Don't have them like below your, like at your mouth level or like at your chin level. Like keep your hands up. If you're gonna walk straight forward, you got to do it like Chisora, where he brings his shoulders in and he brings that nice high guard in and he just takes it on the arms and gloves. That's what he did against Hellenius. He never came in with his head sticking out like Karnacki. It's going to be a hard fight for Karnacki, and I actually think he has to go to. I think if he wins by a decision, because Hellenius got hit with punches, but he looked comfortable. Parkour Master says MTK Global has reached out to Joshua's management team for a multi-million pound bout in Saudi Arabia. Parkour, you got to link that, man. Put the link in the chat because I want to see if that's legit. Because I don't trust MTK Global. Alien Head Sports.
Wait, MTK. What is he saying? MTK. What reached to what the Joshua's team? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, I never heard about. I heard that MTK was talking to one of the Arab countries to get some sort of offer, but I don't know about that one. That one is new to me as well.
Well, news just came out that Joshua versus Pulev and Wilder versus Fury 3 can be a double event. Like, that's not going to happen. I don't know why people are reporting that.
The thing is, though, with Fury against AJ, even like the reason why that cannot happen is because Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn, they haven't got a good relationship. As you know, the Hearn family, they've been stealing fighters from Queensbury promotion, Frank Warren, for so many years. They've been taking their fighters. And Frank Warren at the moment, they don't like each other, so they're not going to speak to each other. That's why MTK Global is doing the middleman. You know what I mean? They're doing the middleman thing. And I don't know, man. This step aside thing, I don't think the champ Deontay Wilder, I don't think he's gonna do it. And if he does it, I'll support him. Like if he wants to do it, it's gonna be down to him. I think Pulev, he can be pot. I believe Pulev never wanted the AJ fight. He's always made excuses. He pulled out when it was like 10 days left when they were supposed to fight. And was it 10 days? Am I right? Was it 10 days?
Oh, when Tarkan replaced him? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. And before that, when they signed the contract, he was like, "Oh, I wasn't sure, like, if I'm supposed to fight him, or I need at least like 15 weeks." Pulev has never showed signs that he wanted the AJ fight. So Pulev, you can give him easily 5 million, and he will take it, and he'll be quiet. But this is up to Deontay Wilder if he wants to take a step aside. Yeah. If not, then that fight is gonna happen.
Well, he said if Wilder steps aside, then he'll step aside. But it's not the other way around, because Wilder, out of the two, is clearly the bigger, the more recognized name. I'll just read these comments. What's your thoughts on White versus Rivas? Was Rivas robbed, or did White do enough to win? I scored at 8-4. I looked at the fight multiple times, and I thought that Rivas stole some rounds because of the good body work. I think White won. I know he got dropped, but he held his own to win. Let me just go down here. All right, Parkour Master. Don't worry about it then. As for the step aside, yeah, I'll support Wilder with it. I don't really care. I'll gladly see Joshua versus Fury. That's a huge fight. We'll see an undisputed. We'll get to see that. But I'm a bit sick of the talk, to be honest. I just want it to be. I want something to be done. As for MTK Global, I think Eddie will talk to Bob Arum as well, because Frank and Eddie, as you said, just don't get along at all, and I think that will be easier to negotiate, I think. But I mean, I like Frank Warren better than Eddie, because Frank doesn't really lie like Eddie. Like Frank doesn't con the public like Eddie. So yeah.
Eddie is a liar, man. Like he lies. Like even he will smile to your face and lie. Like he don't have no dignity whatsoever. Like he will literally like you'll think like he's telling the truth, but he's actually stabbing you in the back. That's what sort of guy Eddie is. Yeah, Eddie is like he's a real snake. You have to be really careful around Eddie Hearn. Like that's why like the other day, I think they when they offered Dillian White and Ruiz, when they offered Ruiz apparently $5 million dollars to fight in America, that was a lie all along. It was 4 million. Ruiz said it, and then Dillian White went back to Eddie Hearn and he said, "Is that right?" And then Eddie Hearn said, "Yes, yeah, it's 4 million." So why is Eddie Hearn lying? And then now I'm starting to wonder, what else did he lie about? Did he lie about the negotiation between Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua? Has Eddie Hearn been lying all along? Has he been like offering Deontay Wilder like little money so then the fight can't happen? So yeah, Eddie Hearn at the moment is not looking great, man.
Yeah, I think both sides lied about it. I think Ruiz said you never offered me it, and then he said you never offered me 5 million. So Ruiz actually told the truth a bit more in the end. I think Hearn told the truth in the end about it, and I think because Dillian White, he lies all the time about the offers. Let me just read the comments here. Watcher, they said the fight could happen in the Arabian Peninsula. What they say can happen, is different to what will happen. Because just because Joshua and Ruiz fought in Saudi Arabia once doesn't mean it's just going to happen easily again. I mean, they had to get Hunter there, they had to get Povetkin there, they had to get White there. We got RF Boxing TV that says, I think they should do Joshua versus Ruiz 3 and Fury versus Wilder 3. Winners have to fight. That's not a bad idea, but Ruiz hasn't earned it. I look at that first Joshua fight and I think, right, Joshua got caught, okay? Not by a lucky punch, but, by an unexpected one. And then he came in the rematch and he absolutely schooled him. And Ruiz is, I don't know with Ruiz, because he had multiple layoffs throughout his career. He had like a 9-month layoff once or something, and then he had the layoff after the Parker fight. I think let's just get Joshua versus Pulev out the way.
I don't want to see Ruiz against Joshua again. Never, ever in my life I want to see that fight again, because now that AJ knows how to beat him, he's just gonna keep it long. He's just gonna keep it long because he knows, Joshua knows, if he goes toe to toe with Ruiz, because Andy Ruiz got fast hand, Joshua is not gonna go toe to toe with him. He's just gonna keep it long, and that's the way he's gonna beat him. And I don't think I don't want to see that fight, man. That was, of course, Joshua schooled that, but it was a really, really boring fight, man. And when I watch heavyweight boxing, I like to see people getting floored. I like to see the knockout. And that's what Deontay Wilder, he gave us. And, Joshua used to do that, but for some reason, Joshua lately, he's not really giving it us, I don't know whether it's his confidence or, ever since Parker, I know he knocked out Povetkin, but ever since, even against Takam, I think that was like an early stoppage as well. He wasn't on the floor. So I think ever since actually Klitschko, AJ knows he can get hurt. I'm not saying he's got glass chin, because at the end of the day, we know that if he gets punched, he still gets up. So I'll give him credit for that. Even against Andy Ruiz, he went down 4 times, he got up. So he's, but he knows that he's vulnerable to these shots. So no, I don't want to see Andy Ruiz, man. I don't want to see Andrew. I want to see Andy Ruiz against somebody else, but not Joshua, man.
Yeah, I think that you made some very good points. I think it's over with. I don't see the point in a third fight between those two. I mean, Ruiz blew it the second time. I think I think Ruiz should fight Rivas next, because there's some history there from the amateurs. Rivas beat Ruiz, and he beat him fighting in the southpaw stance, which is very impressive.
How about to make it exciting and say Ruiz against Ortiz? Because many people, they know about Ortiz.
Yeah, actually, they should do that in Vegas, and they should do it on they should bring all the Mexican fans and all the Cuban fans, because people know who Ortiz is now. When Dillian White says no one knows who Ortiz is, people know who Ortiz is. Ortiz is a killer. Ortiz and Ruiz is a very big fight in there. It's a tougher fight for it's a tough fight for both, but I think with Ortiz, he could definitely outbox Ruiz, and he could definitely counter him. I think he will take more risk than Joshua. But I don't think Ruiz wants that fight now, to be honest. I think he wants someone just a tad bit easier. I'll read some of the comments here as well. He needs at least 2 more fights before we can talk about having the trilogy. I don't want to see the trilogy. It's over with. Joshua showed he's the better fighter. He knocked him down the first time in the first fight. He outboxed him for like 11 rounds in the second fight. You know, I don't want to see that again.
Yeah, never again, never again, man. But you know what? I want to see Ruiz against, a Fury. I want to see Ruiz against Dillian White. I want to see Ruiz against, I want to see Ruiz against the others. And then if he beats them all, then why not? Then I could say, look, why not run it again and see Ruiz against Joshua again? But for some reason, I just think Joshua knows now the blueprint, how to beat him. He's just gonna keep it long. Joshua is 6'6", 82, 83 reach, and he's just gonna keep it long, man.
Yeah, I think he could stop Ruiz. It's that exchange where they throw punches.
Have you seen the 8th round? Have you seen the 8th round? Is it 8 or 9 round? I think when Joshua started getting close, Ruiz started hitting him, and Joshua looked a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit in trouble. Like whenever they get close, it looks a bit like he's going to be in trouble. And I don't know if you agree with me or not, but he looked slightly on the trouble side. That's why Joshua was keeping it long, because he's got a fast hand, that guy, man.
Yeah, no, for a guy that's overweight severely, he's really quick. Like Konaki's not quick. Ruiz is really quick. I don't know where it comes from. I think just he's very relaxed in there, so he just lets his hands go. I think there was one time where like Joshua sort of got hit in the back of the head by Ruiz in like one of the exchanges or whatever, and he kind of just lost his balance. Was Joshua in trouble? I don't think he was in too much trouble in that fight, really. I didn't see his legs go or anything. I think when he got hit in the back of the head a couple of times, he kind of just lost his balance and he just held on really tight. But I do think that his because he's got a new coach with him, and I think they focused on keeping it long and not taking risk. But the thing is, you're gonna have to take risk, okay? The whole Ruiz thing, it won't happen again. It's not gonna happen again. But when you get guys like, let me think of someone up and coming. Who's a guy that's up and coming that can
Dubois, you got Hrgovic, you got Ajagba,
I'm talking about guys that like fight a bit like Ruiz. They come forward and they put that pressure on. They throw.
Oh, I would say like guys that come forward. I think Dubois does it though. Like I don't think he's got as fast hand as Ruiz, but yeah, definitely I would say Dubois. He comes forward. Like I don't think Dubois backs off.
Oh, he won't back off. No way. That guy, that Dubois, he's good. I like Dubois. He's really good. I don't know why Frank Warren is talking about Dubois versus Wilder, and I have so much respect for Dubois saying he's ready for Wilder. I mean, that kid has got balls on him. Like, that is so
I missed what Dubois said. Can you tell me what Dubois said? Because I actually haven't watched any social media where he said that, like, if you can just
I haven't watched like a minute of it, but he said he's ready. Let me just type it in, actually. I might play the audio. Let me just see. Dubois is a good fighter. I got a comment in one of... Hold on, I just got to check a notification. Yeah, Frank Warren said he... Again, I want to... Someone commented on my video, Dillian fights like he's drunk. What video is this? Okay. Let me just see. Actually, I'll just type it in because it's not coming up. But I think
Yeah,
Huh?
I just hope he doesn't become any, disrespectful for Dubois, because a lot of the American fans, especially the LDBC, they like Dubois,
Yeah.
and for him, I hope he doesn't become disrespectful, because he could lose fans. Dubois can actually build fans like in America as well as in the UK. Like, you know,
Oh, they will love him in the US. They're gonna take him. They love him. They'll love him. Trust me. Like he will get a lot of fans there because of his style as well.
yeah, I mean, you got a Jagba as well in America. Like, I know he's from Nigeria originally, but he actually fights under Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel.
Yeah.
And he's good. Yeah, people say like, oh, Dubois is slow and he's chinny, but have you seen what he done to that guy? He nearly killed him afterwards. And sometimes, you need to go down to learn from your mistakes. And I think someone like a Jagba, he is very dangerous. He's the sort of guy, even if you put him down, I think he's still gonna get up and he's gonna want to kill you. And that's the sort of fighter he is.
Yeah.
He's one of those fighters that doesn't give up. So how do you deal with someone like that? Even if you want to say, oh yeah, he's slow, but he's still coming at you. Even though that punch was like from Kilatse, that punch was heavy. Like I thought, like, oh, it's a 9-night. The guy is KO'd, but you know what? He got up and it started like, that was like a rampage, man.
Yeah. I mean, he got a bit open and careless there. I think he'll learn from it, like he said. There's no quitting the Jugba. He's Nigerian. He's a very tough individual. I think a Jugba is starting to get that fan base more. I think Dubois, Wilder versus Dubois is a funny one because Dubois is like a kid still, and the kid he's just huge. Like he's a really big person. That Dubois, he's really big, but I think Wilder really hurts him badly. Like he'll get knocked out, and he'll get knocked out quick.
Do you know what the funny thing is? If Deontay Wilder knocks out, Daniel Dubois, you know what people are gonna say? Oh, he's only a kid. He's 22 years old. Oh, like, oh, he's beating up kids. Like, a grown man doing that to a child. Like, they're gonna make up stories and memes and you know what? What sort of credit do you get from beating a Daniel Dubois? It's it's just a lose-lose situation, to be honest.
I think if there's a I don't think Wilder's gonna take that. I think he's gonna like say, you need to do a bit more to get to me. You need to climb up the ranks. So I just see where Dubois is ranked. Oh man, Dubois is number 7 in the WBC. That's crazy.
Wow, that is absolutely crazy, man. So he's basically above over so many guys. So who's number 1?
Dillion's actually not number 1. He's the interim champion. Wilder is number 1. Who is below Dubois? Povetkin, Hergovich, Hunter, Joyce, Chisora, Martin, Ajagba, Caballero. And then you got Rivas, Ortiz, Ruiz, Parker, and Usyk. Yeah, man. I mean, Dubois for me, I don't know if Wilder will get credit, but if you beat Dubois, who's like number 7 in the WBC, you fought the number 7 in the world, and that's pretty good. But nah, I don't want that one next.
Dubois needs to focus on fighting Joe Joyce first of all. That's a fight that is very, very tricky. I mean, 1 minute I'm giving it to Joe Joyce, the next minute I'm giving it to Daniel Dubois. I've changed my mind so many times. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna go with Dubois. But the thing is, don't rule out Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce, another tall guy, 6'6", a lot taller than Dubois. I think Dubois they're saying he's 6'4" or 6'5", but he doesn't look that tall, to be honest.
I'm not sure. 6'3" or something.
I think he looks 6'3", but I think on his box rec it says like he's 6'5". But to me, he don't look like that tall, to be honest. I think he looks a lot shorter than what, I don't know, man. Maybe it's the way when they measured him, maybe he was like standing tall, and when he fights, maybe he's the sort of guy that fights like 6'3".
Yeah, I think with that fight, I've had a lot of people who changed their mind. I'm gonna go with Dubois because I think Joyce is. I know they say both are slow, but Daniel is quicker with his feet, and he's got quicker counters, and his jab is getting quicker. He's becoming more comfortable with it, and he's just popping it out faster. I think Daniel's going to nail Joyce coming in, and I think Daniel's just going to show some new elements to his game. I 100% Daniel is the future of the heavyweight division. 100%.
I haven't seen Daniel Dubois. The thing is though, we've never seen Daniel Dubois, hitting the canvas. How is he gonna react if he hits the canvas? All these unanswered questions are out there. I know, like against the African guy and the Ghanaian, I forgot his name now.
Lati.
Not Lati, yeah. Lati, he hurt him bad, but come on, that wasn't that bad because the guy still stood up. But I'm saying, like, if he hits the canvas, how's he gonna react? The guy's only 22 years old, and he shouldn't be on that pedestal for people to say like, oh yeah, he should fight Wilder. Come on, Wilder. He's an experienced fighter, and for me, that fight, Wilder ain't gonna get credit if he beats Dubois. So Dubois needs to, he needs to build his way up. He needs to fight people like, George Joyce. Obviously, they're gonna fight anyway in summer, hopefully, and he should fight Hrgovic, Tony Yoka, the likes of Ajagba, just even Molina, even Washington, even just build your way up, and there's no rush. Why rush? Because at the end of the day, this boxing career, you take the wrong fight, and then that could be it for your career, man. Frank Warren's just gonna, leave him. He's gonna leave him, man. He's just gonna let him go.
Yeah, I just think Joyce, you get past Joyce, I'd say take a tune-up. Take someone like Molina or maybe Washington, or maybe who are we looking at here? Yeah, one of them. And I think, depending on the situation with all the other guys, I think Dubois versus Dillian. Let me pull up. There's a clip of Dillian and Daniel Dubois together. And Dubois in the locker room getting ready to walk out. And Dillian's there just shaking hands with everyone. And I see both of them standing next to each other. And Dubois looks bigger than Dillian, which is crazy. I'll try to find the picture. What do you think of that fight?
Dubois against Dillian White?
Yeah.
I think I actually think Dubois is ready for Dillian White. Dillian White, he's made out to be, this guy that is unbeatable. Come on, who has he fought? He's fought Derek Chisora twice that has lost about 9 fights. And he fought like, the likes of like Oscar Rivas. I think Oscar Rivas is his best resume so far. The Parker that he's fought wasn't the Parker that is fighting right now. The Parker that he fought was a Parker that had low confidence. Because remember, he lost against AJ. And he was, trying to find himself. I mean, Parker now, he has changed a lot now. Parker, he's been training differently. So, and plus, he nearly lost that fight, Dillian White, you have to say. Because if Parker had he been a bit more braver, I think Parker would have knocked out Dillian White. Because Parker actually went for Dillian White in the end, but it was too late. Because I believe he put him down in, I think, 12th round. But he just literally got up and, he survived. So, I mean, who has Dillian White fought? He fought, the Australian guy. What's his name?
Brown.
Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown is not a good fighter because the Lucas Brown that we're talking about, he got knocked out by Dave Allen by a body shot. The same Dave Allen that got knocked out by Luis Ortiz. So basically, like Lucas Brown, he, that's the credit that Dillian White is getting.
That's not. I can't give Dillian credit for that. I can't give him credit. The knockout was sick, though. It was a great knockout, but that does not scream title shot for me.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you know that if Dave Allen, yeah, the bomb that he is, yeah, that can be like knocked out by someone like David Price, and we know that David Price is very chinny and he's not that good. He was always a hype job, and you know Dave Allen knocks out Lucas Brown by a body shot.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on, man. This is not right, man. And then now Dillian White is made out to be this guy that, at the same time, I didn't want credit to what he done for Dillian White. He protected him as well. Like, in fact, he got more protection than what AJ is getting. He's getting protected a lot.
I don't think Dillian is scared, really. Look, dude, no one wants to fight. Like, people say Ortiz is a fake boogeyman because he turned the Joshua fight down, but there was a good reason he turned the Joshua fight down, an actual legit reason. You don't want to fight a 6'4" Cuban that's probably killed someone. Like, there's another question here. I think Dillian White versus Jerome Miller would be a good fight. I think that would be a barn burner. I think, that's a close one. They're both cheap.
That fight is very interesting, actually. I actually fancy that fight. I fancy that fight a lot, actually. Dillian White against Jerome Miller. That'd be the two liars, the drug cheats, facing against one another.
Yeah,
that'd be a good press conference as well.
The build up to that will be incredible. I mean, there will be so much trash talk between the two. I think with Miller, he's a bit open to the body, so I think White's just going to dig there. Close fight.
He's got fast hand. I think Parker Master said he favors White. White is the favorite, and I think White is the favorite. But remember, he's got good balance. Miller, Dillian White, on the other hand, for some reason, he's a little bit off balance. I don't know what's wrong with him, with his legs. Some people say because he used to kickbox, hence the reason why he's so a bit wobbly. Dillian White is there to get knocked out, man. I'm telling you, Dillian White. If you hit him once,
Jerome Miller used to kickbox, and his balance is great, and he weighs more. So it's just really a choice thing. Are you going to work on your balance, or you're not going to work on your balance?
Yeah, man. RF Boxing said that the gloves are off would be chaos. Oh my days, that would be crazy, man. I mean, I think the build up would be better than even the fight itself. For me anyway.
Yeah, that would be like like Chisora, Miller, Dillian White. Like, imagine like all of them at a press. Imagine freaking Dillian White, Jarrell Miller, Derek Chisora, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder at a press conference. Like, that would just be mad.
Parker Master said that they'd be throwing water at each other.
Yeah, they would. That's the thing.
Yeah, they'd be going crazy, but it'd be like one of those ones. Like, I've enjoyed the Derek Chisora against Dillian White, the first fight, the press conference. When Derek Chisora threw the table, Adam Smith, the Sky manager, he looked like scared. Like, everyone was worried.
You should have seen Eddie Hearn though. Oh my god, it was so funny. He's like,
he really pissed himself.
Yeah, he was like in a high pitched voice, and he was like, "Well, what you talking to me for?" Like, it was hilarious. But look, that's I mean, it's good. It's good for the promotion. People buy the pay-per-views, and they, I mean, like with Wilder and Fury as well. There's a bit of trash talk there a bit as well. But I wonder who's going to end up being undisputed, man.
That's a great question. Yeah, that's a great question. Fury is the favorite at the moment, according to others. For me, I don't know who's going to be the undisputed champion. I think it could be anybody. And I don't know about Fury. Do I trust him to stay in the spot for long? And at the same time, there's so much unanswered questions for Tyson Fury. Has he, is he gonna get done for the cheating, or, even with the stuff back in 5 years ago with the farmer situation, has he, He hasn't even served justice for that. Some people are saying he has because he was no, he was away because of his own doing. He was sniffing cocaine and all that. It's not like they're
But he
banning him.
never like got suspended anyway. You know what I mean? So like he didn't do his time or anything. He didn't do anything. He just left.
He
just left.
He left because he was partying. He left because of his own will to party because he wasn't interested in the sport. I don't know. Tyson Fury, to be honest, it's a bad taste for him to be undisputed champion. It would just make me hate the sport of boxing if I had seen Tyson Fury being the undisputed. I don't know, man. I liked Tyson Fury a lot back in the days when he beat like Klitschko. Like I was so happy that night. And then after what he done, like leaving the sport like that, and now I believe the reason why he left is because to hide that situation back in 2015 when he used the farmer situation.
Yeah. I mean, I think, look, I'm not part of the LDBC, right? I put that in because it gets people.
I know.
But I don't mind the LDBC. I think they're good. I think there's a lot of channels like BFTB, LOSD. They're good channels. I think Barbershop Conversations take it a bit too far.
No, Barbershop is not LDBC.
Oh yeah, but
Barbershop Conversation is not LDBC. Yeah, he's associated with the LDBC, but he's not part of the LDBC. He's like basically independent, like you. Basically, yeah. He's gets along with the LDBC, and yeah, but he's not. He's not LDBC. Just like Dante Boxing. I think Dante Boxing. He's not LDBC as well. They are associated with each other.
Yeah, I'm seeing it, like Counterpunch Boxing News is saying, "Wow, LDBC channels are not believing in Wilder," and they put Dante's Boxing Nation in the thumbnail. More lies. I mean, if you go, it's just ridiculous. But anyway, Fury got Wilder at the right time, and I'll explain because Wilder wanted that fight back in 2014, and I don't know if any offers were sent, but Fury didn't want it, and then there were options.
What about recently? What about recently when they fought that fight? According to Tyson Fury, he was saying, "Oh yeah, I got robbed." Okay, if you got robbed, why did you not take the fight when Mauricio Sulaimán ordered an immediate rematch? But guess what? He signed a contract with ESPN to fight Otto Walling and Tom Schwarz. So that fight was supposed to happen immediately. Yeah, because I tell you why. I tell you why. He wasn't. He knew he got hurt. That 12th round. Not for me, it was a knockout. But as whatever they done, they took long to count, and then the referee Jack Reese, gave him so much time. Where have you seen when the referee says like, "Oh, after you get up, or go for a run"? He literally gave him time to take that off. Like, it's unbelievable. We know Fury is dangerous, so why give him so much time? Why not let the man get up, even if you give him the chance, even though he should have waved it off? Because when Ortiz got knocked out by Wilder, the referee said no, even though Ortiz was getting up, even against Brazil was about to get up, the fight was finished. So why, was the Fury fight wasn't, it should have said, no, that's it, that's a bad knockout. The referee should have said no, but, this boxing thing, man, sometimes it's double standard, man.
Yeah. I was going to say, in that 12th round, Fury actually tried to get up. Before he got to his feet, he tried to get up. When he tried to get up, I think people missed this. His head went up, but it hit the floor. It hit the back again. Right? That's when the fight should. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring the fight up now, actually. Can you guys in the chat as well just let me know, P-Boxing? Can you see the YouTube here? Can you see this?
I can see, yeah. Just make the, like on your top, can you make it a little bit, the percentage a bit bigger? Like, right now, I think you got it on 100%. Maybe you can make it on like 200%, something like that. On the right-hand side. The
like
page.
This? Oh, hold on a sec.
Even that one, yeah, that's even better, yeah. If you make the page a bit bigger, yeah, the percentage-wise. I think,
right,
yeah.
Now, We got to watch
then-
the first round.
Are you allowed to watch it though without
Right.
getting copyright strike? Just to warn you.
Oh yeah, crap.
You know,
yeah,
because
that's the
BBC
thing,
they
'cause I
gave me a
saw
copyright.
BFTV do it.
Oh, you seen him do it on this one, yeah?
Yeah. All right, let me go to. I'll just go to the 12th round, and I'll show you. I won't play it, but I'll show you.
BT Sport is usually okay. I think
where
when
is
you
it? Here we
are you
go.
watching on the is that Fox? Is that on Fox or Showtime? Because if you're watching it on the BT Sport one, they're fine. The English one are fine, but with the BBC, they usually give you copyright strike. That's why I never upload any BBC fights because they usually give you like a copyright strikes. You know.
Yeah. Well, I'm not from. I'll just stop sharing the screen for a bit. I'm not from the UK, so I don't even have
I know,
freaking access.
I know. Are you? Whereabouts in Australia are you from? Like Melbourne or like Sydney or where's the others? What's the other ones? How can I forget? You're from
The first
Australia,
one
right?
you said. The first one you said.
Melbourne, yeah. Sydney
Yeah.
or Melbourne.
Yeah. Let me just see this. Oh, I can't really see it, but here, hold on a minute. I'll just put the screen back up. People are like saying that what man, Fury lost that fight. I don't care what anyone says. Right, here, I can't even show it really, but here he tries to get up and he lifts his head a bit and then he drops it again. Now, if he tried getting up, his legs would have gone. But because he waited a few more seconds, you know, he got his he got his win back. That fight should have been stopped, and I think in round 9 it also should have been stopped because, like, I mean, I don't know, man,
Okay,
fishy stuff.
They tried their best for Fury to win that fight. I mean, okay, if you say on points, okay, I can say if he didn't go down or if it was just a quick flash knockdown and he got up, and I would say, yeah, Fury won on points. Everyone knows that Fury won on points, but because of those knockdowns, how heavy that knockdown was, that basically warrants a knockout. Because the way the guy is let down, that goes to show you that he's out. And in today's modern fights, like that should be it. That should be that should be done over. But because of Fury, the money, they just it's crap, man.
I've seen worse stoppages. The count for both knockdowns.
What about the one, Swash? Have you watched Swash against Fury? Tom Swash.
Yeah.
That stoppage, that was a very, premature stoppage as well. Even though he should have stopped the fight, but it wasn't like Swash, ended up on his.
It wasn't terrible. It wasn't like he was getting. It wasn't like he was. It wasn't like the second Wilder fight. Let's just say that.
Exactly, he was on his feet. I know he was getting beaten, and he was getting demolished, but at the same time, the man was on his feet, and that goes to show you that Fury hasn't got the power. So where did this power come from? Suddenly, he hits Wilder with any shot, and Wilder's going down. Even on a body shot, Wilder's going down. That goes to show you, like I sound like a loser, or like when I'm saying this now, like saying like, oh, I'm kicking for Wilder, like. But come on, like you can tell as a mature person, you can tell that something ain't right, and your instinct should tell you that something isn't right. The man was literally going down on any shot. When have we ever seen Deontay Wilder going down? We've never seen Deontay Wilder go down. Only one fight he went down, and that was against Harold Sconier.
Yep.
And that was a while ago. There's no footage on that one.
That one was there's no footage, and all the haters claim that Al Heyman got it removed, but that video was never up anyway. So they're lying. He got hit in the back of the head in the last, I think, 10 to 5 seconds of the fight. He threw like an overhand, and he got hit in the back of the head. But I'll put Wilder versus Fury 2 on because they don't copyright that. They won't block that one.
Use the BT Sport one. BT Sport. just for your own safety because of if you use the Fox one, that's
No, I'm
more
using a
riskier.
different one. It's
Use a different one. Use
It's-
one
it's
that
the
somebody uploaded.
No, but I've uploaded videos of this one and they haven't got blocked or anything, so it's cool.
Okay.
If Wilder versus Fury 2 wasn't stopped, how do you think Wilder would have done? I think corner stoppage, and not throwing the towel and just telling the ref maybe throughout.
I would say that was
the right hand, or the corner says right. That's enough.
I would say that's actually a perfect stoppage. The reason why I'm saying it is because the champ, obviously, I'm still going to call him a champ because he used to be a champ, and he's still a champ. He's the people's champ. He done a lot for his people and stuff like that, and he fought for his people. Unlike Joshua, like he doesn't like fight. But I'm not going to go into that. But what I'm saying is, that was a good stoppage because he wasn't himself that night, man.
Yeah,
He wasn't himself. He was finished, and clearly you could see that they drugged him. There's something wrong with him.
I don't know about that.
Something was wrong with him that night. He did not look himself, and I think something happened. That's why the bottle of water that they tried to offer Fury in the press conference. He was like, no. Where did you get it from? He's like, oh, you got it from there? No, it was a closed bottle. Like, why would you not just take it and drink it? Because Fury knew something was up. Fury is a smart guy. Some people think he's a waffler. He talks a lot, and Fury is a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
Oh,
He knows. He's a gypsy. I live in England. I see a lot of gypsies here. They live in their caravans. They're very they're dangerous. They're smart and stuff like that. But they could be dangerous. Like while you're sleeping, they could come, to your, the back garden and just like open the doors and steal your TV and all that sort of stuff, and then they just go. They're dangerous, man. Gypsies. Even the women, the children, they're dangerous people, man. Gypsies. They're small and they will say like, "Oh, I'm your friend," and pretend to be good people. And that's why a lot of people they don't trust gypsies, man. If they hear gypsies, what? They were like, "Oh, get away from me."
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. I'm gonna play the video. Man, people are saying like he didn't hit him in the back of the head. Watch for yourself. Let's watch. Oh, hold on.
Clear as daylight. Clear as daylight.
Let me just share my screen. Yeah, Parkour Master, I agree. All right. Now, please. You cannot tell me this is not the back of the head. I'll put it on slow motion as well. You ready? Come on, dude. That's the back of the head. Look at that. Look, the glove is still there.
If that's not back of the head, I don't know what back of the head means.
Look, watch Wilder. Look at his face. He's like, he knew he got hit there. Look at that. Look at that. Look, you're looking at the ref. He's like, what? I'm just putting it in slow motion so you guys can see. Watch again. I'm pausing it so you can see the frame. And before we all like jump to conclusions, this is not a 1-2. This is a 3, which is a hook, a left hook, and then a right hook, a looping right hook. This is not a straight right, guys. You can tell because it goes beyond this arm here. It loops. Right? So that's one angle that just proves it's not behind the ear. It's in the back of the head. Watch. Oh, and before you guys say that Wilder turned away from it, that's not true because the glove is in his eye and it blinds him and it forces his head to turn. Watch. Boom. So that makes him turn. Is that the back of the head or not? Fury knew what he was doing, that's for sure.
Fury is a smart guy. I already told you. He comes from a gypsy background. They know how, these people, they've been living generation after generation. Even in Ireland, yeah, they're not welcome in their own country where they claim to they're from. In Ireland, they don't really like gypsies. Gypsies are very smart. They're very smart and dangerous. Like you could see that, yeah. Like he done.
Yeah, of
He
course.
slapped him. He slapped him with the left, and then he hit him with the back of his
Watch.
head with the right hand.
But he brings this hand up. This is a technique Klitschko used against Joshua and all his other fights. You kind of, instead of keeping your hands up vertical, just here, you bring them out and you sort of parry and you block from here. But what he did was he went too far. Fury, look at that glove. This is not turning away. All right, he did that to try and block, right? But he went too far with it. That's the setup right there. Okay, look at that reach, man. And look, don't tell me it's a 1-2. Look, it's a hook. It's going around. It's going around the arm. Look at that. Watch. Boom. Right there.
So now
Look
what he's
where the
done is
glove
basically
ends
he grabbed. What he done is that what people don't realize. Like he slapped with his left to turn the face back, and then he punched him
Yeah.
at the back of the head. That is a very
But
smart
that's
tactic.
intentional. Look. Grab. Look, it's still there. Boom. He got hit with the arm there.
He slapped him in the eye, and then when Wilder couldn't see nothing, the back of the head, bang.
I don't see how people can dispute this. This is not debatable. It's clearly in the back of their head. Watch it again. There's a channel called UCTV Boxing. They claim that it slid off the side of the head. Yeah, it didn't though. Because look at that. Look at the glove as well. That is the back of the head. That's not even behind the ear. If you touch your own head, you will feel your neck muscles, the two ones that point up. He hit him just there. Boom! He hit him at the back of the neck or the head. It put him out for the rest of the fight.
This is one of the reasons why I don't
I've
want to
seen-
see a step aside. I want them to face each other, man. I want to see trilogy because I don't. Although I want to see undisputed, I really want to see undisputed, but not at this cost. I just want to see. Look, I'm not saying Fury is a bad fighter, but I just want him to win fair and square. I want him
He's a great
to
fighter.
box. I want him to box the way he normally boxes against other people. Don't cheat. If you beat him fair and square, I'll give you the credit. But don't claim, with this fight that you hit the man in the back of your head. The glove is obviously debatable. Is it right? Is it in right? There's so much dodgy things going on in there. Plus, him changing his trainer Ben Davidson, that was a little bit a suspect. Because if you're that good, if you got robbed in the first fight, why did you go to the Kronk's gym in America with Sugar Hill? Why did you not say it with Ben Davidson? There's a lot of suspect going on, man.
You know how you spoke about the Kronk gym just then, right? Do you remember? Do you remember this guy? Let me open it in a new tab. You remember him?
Stevenson, yeah.
Right. Now, I don't know if you've seen his fights, but do you remember how hard that guy used to hit?
He used to hit hard, didn't it?
He is one of the hardest hitters to be in that division in the history of the sport. He actually probably hits harder than Evander Holyfield when Evander Holyfield was a light heavyweight. He was the lineal champion. He had 9 title defenses, and he knocked out a lot of people he faced. He had so many 10-8 rounds on his scores, on his record. But what's not debatable with this, okay, is that like Stevenson trained with Kronk, but he already hit hard. Fury went to Kronk, and all of a sudden he hit hard. Now, what's not debatable is the back of the head shot. Okay, we saw that's the back of the head. Okay, it's not the ear, it's not unintentional. That's not now. Obviously, he knocked him down. They called it as a knockdown, but it's not actually a legit knockdown. right? Now, you can talk about the first Wilder fight with Fury when like he knocked him down in round 9. The difference with that is that Fury was looking down at the ground and Wilder was trying to throw an overhand to hit him on the side of the head. That one looked a bit more behind the ear, all right? So that one was unintentional, but it got knocked down. This one was intentional. Now, is this a legit knockdown as well? Let's watch. All right. We see that? Look at Frank Warren over here. He looks really surprised. All right, cool. He gets up straight away, Wilder.
I
right.
think there's a questions in the chat.
All right, let me go to the chat because I was going to ask them. They should do Marcellus Wilder versus Tommy Fury on the undercard of the third fight. What weight class is Marcellus Wilder? Cruiserweight. I think Tommy beats him, even though I don't want him to beat him. In the chat, do you think that's a legit knockdown? Let's look at it again. And Peak Boxing, you can talk over as well. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean with Tommy Fury, I don't know about Tommy Fury because he only had 2 fights, so that'd be really, really interesting to see that fight.
Yeah.
But I don't know who's gonna win. I don't like to say who's gonna win unless I see it.
Oh, shit. Yeah, the cruiserweight, man. One of them anyway. Is this a trip? Let's just look here.
Yo, that was a football tackle, man.
Because that fall.
That is a tackle. That is. I don't know if you watch football like soccer. That's a tackle.
Yeah, I used to play. I remember when I fell off balance, my arms would flail in the air to try regain balance. When you see someone that gets hit by a body shot, do they fall like that? Look, that didn't even land.
He uses foot. He basically uses foot.
Watch.
If you can see
What's
that.
This?
Look. Yeah, he used his knee
Look,
and he tackled him.
The body shot, okay, it landed clean, but what came first? Let me just go back.
Yeah, run that again.
Look, he's out of it. He's out of it. Look how tired he is. That's what happens when you get hit in the back of the head. Let me just see. What's he getting with here? He tries to jab. That sort of lands. What punch was that from Fury? Here we go. Sort of blocks that. Come on, man. He hit him with his knee and his shin. Look how he fell. You don't fall like that from a body shot. He just lost his balance. Let's look at it one more time.
Parker Master said, imagine if Fury and Tommy Fury and Marcelo Wilder fought in the trilogy.
Yeah, I saw that comment. Yeah. I mean, I'd have no problem with it. But Tommy's got to get weight up. He's got to put on weight to get to cruiserweight. Damn, I didn't go forward enough. I just want to see this one more time because I don't want to be a sore loser. But if the footage is showing that both knockdowns weren't legit, I mean, look at that. Oh, come on, man. Look how close is. You know when I was watching this live, dude? Oh, it was so hard to watch.
I was shocked the way he was going down. It was too easy. Basically, that knockdown, the one that you just showed now, it looked like he used his knee to like push him out of the balance.
Oh, look at that. You see that? Again.
Back of the head again.
Look at that. Let me get back to that. I counted about 33 back of the head punches. In just this fight. Let's see. Look at that. That's another thing. You know these beads? He wears these beads in his hair here. Wilder does. That one is loose. I understand they're in a boxing fight, but when he wore them for Washington, they weren't like that. All right. Let's see if this one's the back of the head. I think Wilder shouldn't have gone forward here. Wait for it. Oh, come on. And then a choke. He's such a dirty fighter. It's mad. Look at that.
He headlocked him. He headlocked him. That way, he's suffocating him.
Oh,
When someone
man.
puts a headlock on you, you're gonna be like, you can't breathe. So he's taking his oxygen off him.
But it's not like one you put, like a friend in or anything. That's a legit MMA choke, that. Let me just skip forward a bit. I'll skip to here. Wilder did some high level stuff in this fight though. He used he used the ropes, okay? He kind of slid out the way here. He made Fury get a bit wild. That doesn't count. That's an open hand. That one doesn't count. That's with the forearm. That one missed. You got
If
to
you see,
him back there.
if you pay attention how Wilder's moving, you could see like the man is basically not himself.
Hey, yeah. I'll turn this off in a sec. Did you see that body shot just there by Wilder? That
Yeah,
looks
that was a
sweet.
beautiful one.
Let me see. Hold on. Nah, he doesn't look himself. Watch. Here we go. You can see it's the right hook. He jabs. Fury missed with the uppercut. Here we go. Boom! Look at that body move. He has to do that in the trilogy.
In the
Ugh,
trilogy, do
man.
not get too close to him. Do not get too close to him in the trilogy.
So with that,
Keep your distance.
I guess he has to. Hold on. Was that after the bell? That. Let's see if this was after the bell. That was after the bell. Come on, man. Jeez, the levels of cheating is amazing. Let's listen to that in slow motion. Come on, man. It's a joke. What a joke. Hey, I'm moving on, though. I mean, hey, what's done in the dark comes out in the light. I mean, I'm waiting for the third one. But you can't
That's
tell
why I
me,
don't-
like how can
Yeah.
what you gonna say?
I don't want to see no step aside. I want to see the trilogy because I'm sure like Wilder, him being, I don't think that fight he was 100%. And
No, it wasn't.
whether it was him being ill, because even the press conferences, he couldn't promote the fight. Like he wasn't really, like he missed a lot of promotion. Like when they were supposed to go to the football match to promote the fight, he wasn't there because apparently he had flu. A lot was wrong in that fight, man. A lot. I know, like people think it's excuses, but it's not excuses. Like I'm actually
No, it's
explaining. Even the fight, like before the fight happened, like hours before that, a couple of hours before that, he was like lying down on his wife's lap. I don't know, like the Wilder didn't seem himself that night.
Nah. He wasn't. But it's cool, I mean the trilogy is there. There will be no step aside, It's in the contract anyway. It's in writing. So they're not gonna break that or anything. But you can't dispute the facts. I mean, Fury cheated in that fight. He cheated. He cheated in the first fight with the gloves. And he cheated with all the illegal shots in this fight. Now, people say that Wilder hits on the back of the head in every fight. It's simply untrue. When would Wilder get you in the back of the head? When he throws the right hand, people turn their head like right around because they're afraid to get hit. So if Wilder hits you in the back of the head, it means he actually missed. But if he knocks you down or if he knocks you out, tough luck. That's your fault. With this, it's different. He's just keeping his head. If Wilder used same cheating tactics on Fury in the third fight, I wouldn't blame him. I mean, I wouldn't either.
It's a fight now. I think it's not boxing anymore. This is more than boxing now. I think it's gonna be a proper fight. I think he's gonna. While I was listening to Blue Blood earlier in the afternoon, and he was saying like, yeah, he spoke to Wilder, and Wilder, he's coming for a fight. He's literally gonna fight. This trilogy is gonna be absolutely amazing. It's gonna be a fight. It's not gonna be a boxing match. And I think we'll see who's gonna come on the top. But I think I believe that if Wilder comes to fight, he will knock him out.
He is going to go to war. I don't know if he's going to do it in close quarters. You said he shouldn't be near him, but Fury has a problem taking a body shot. When you hit him to the body, all the skin around him folds, and it almost like
But the reason why I said that is because if he goes close to him, what Fury is going to do is Fury's going to hug him. Fury's going to smother him. What he's going to try to do is and because he's a big guy, he's a 6'9", nearly 300 pounds. He's going to try to put his weight on him. And if a man that size puts his weight on you, you're going to feel automatically tired. That's why I'm saying do not get too close to him. Hit him from the outside, swing, do what you got to do. The windmill, whatever, people want to call it.
Just hit him on the arm, hit him on the shoulder, just hit him anywhere. Hit him on the chest, And if he tries to lean on you, put your elbow in his face, put your glove on his mouth, on his eyes, and just push him back with it.
I've got different tactics as well. I think if Fury is trying to play the game, the ducking, if he wants to avoid the punches, I would say instead of throwing a straight right, throw pretend that you're throwing it right, straight, but then turn, punch on the other side, where he's gonna be turning. So play smart, like
Canelo, like Canelo does with the overhand, and he goes with the uppercut, sort of.
Yeah,
a little bit like that. Yeah, that was a good tactic. Just give him a taste of his own medicine. I expect an absolute slugfest, really early on. I think Wilder, once they stare down and look each other in the eye, I think Wilder's going to have a load of rage inside him. And then I think as soon as that first bell goes, he is going to sprint, and he's just going to freaking swing. Now, there's a risk of him tiring out, but I think they're going to have a game plan to not allow that. He'll cut weight down.
No. Forget about being patient. He tried the patient stuff. Those type of tactics, you could use it for. You could use the tactics for Ortiz, but do not just go at him. I would say just get him at all cost. I believe if you do that, Fury is the sort of guy, he will retreat. He will definitely retreat.
Just go for. He's just got to pace himself, but that's not meaning being patient. I'm just saying don't empty the tank too early on, but do put the pressure on, and just freaking give Fury that, give him that, make him feel every bit of you, just bring it to him. I'm going to wrap it up soon. A couple more questions in the chat you can put in. P-Boxing. You want to
my final thing that I want to say before we wrap it up, I would say, the trilogy should happen. No step aside. I think, there's not going to be no boxing anyway in the next, good 2-3 months now. So just wait. Do not sign the step aside money, because this is not about money. We know that Wilder got money, and just say no. I won my fight. I signed. There's a contract there. I won my fight. I want to prove to the people that I'm still the man, and I want to knock the guy out. I don't want no money, and that's it. Take trilogy, and when the fight happens, make sure you do whatever it takes to win that fight, because that's what Fury done. Fury, he done whatever it takes to win, and that's what he done, and he got the victory. Even though he cheated, and clearly you can see the clips that you showed us that he absolutely broke all the rule book. He even got a point taken off. So just
He did.
go at him and just go maniac at him. I know, like Wilder, he's not going to tire out because he's going to recover. He's an athletic guy, and
Yeah.
just go at him. Yeah, and if he loses, him doing that, so be it. At least we know that he hurt. At least Fury is going to get hurt, regardless. Just do it, man. Otherwise, if he plays this boxing thing, then Fury's going to win. Because we know that Fury, is a good boxer. Do not box with him. Fight him. I would say fight the guy, man. And I think that's what he's going to do anyway. That's his plan. But yeah, man, anyway, thanks for having me on. You'll be on tomorrow?
I think I will, I think I'm going to, if I get more people on, I might as well. I might put some footage up that won't get blocked. Yeah, I should be on tomorrow.
All right then, man. Yeah, keep it going, man. Even if people don't come in, just keep going, man. Just the viewers will come in, and yeah, man. Just keep doing your thing, man.
Yeah,
and
course,
I'll
man.
see you on the next one, yeah, bro.
See you, mate. Take care.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
All right. Many thanks to P Boxing. All right, I'll wrap it up in a couple of minutes. That was good. What fight should I analyze? RF Boxing TV Parkour. What fight should I analyze on my next stream? What's one that you want a perspective on? I'll just wait in a couple of minutes. I keep thinking of Dillian White, but nah. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all. What's another fight I should analyze? Because really, there's not much boxing on now. It can be an older one as well. Maybe I should watch Lewis versus Holyfield back and do commentary on that. That would be fun. One of the old fights. Not even do analyze it. Just freaking watch it. Like I'm watching it in a bar or something, in like a pub or something, or a restaurant or something, or like where if I'm actually at the crowd arena capacity. Triple G versus Canelo 2. Ooh. Bermane Stiverne versus Demetrius King. Let me look that up. I might do Triple G versus Canelo 2, but I thought Canelo won. Stiverne versus King. Oh, is this where he got stopped? All right, RF Boxing. I'm going to do that one next time. All right. That was an 8-rounder back in 2007. All right, I'm going to finish up. Thank you very much, people. I'm out. Peace.